This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, yeah, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop, they dig it. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, yeah, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop, they dig it. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. Lady Roscoe on point, she gon' tell you the drill. You got Yoko Camille, all work, no play, she gon' give you the spiel. Let's talk about it, what's the truth? They just keeping it real. Square business, that's the deal. They gon' speak on something, just pick a topic, get it poppin'. Not your average type of show, they keep it rockin', ain't no stopping. Controversial, who cares? We taking over, keep on watching. Motion steady on go, anticipation got 'em flocking. Ain't nothing average about it, just keep glad that you found it. Tell a friend about it, know we all about it, so we gon' speak about it. Yoko Camille and Lady Roscoe, leave no doubt about it. Scream it out from the mouth. This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, they talking about something. Better tune.
All right, welcome back to Not Your Average Podcast. I'm Yoko Camille.
And I am Lady Roscoe.
How your week been?
It's been long. I'm glad it's over.
Oh, trust me, I understand that.
What about your week? How was your week?
It was actually good. Of course, we saw each other this weekend. We
Yes.
celebrated Juneteenth together. So
We did.
that was actually pretty cool. I got the cool sculpting procedure done.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I'm a little sore from that. Have a little discomfort, but I got on the scale today. And the first day it said I weighed 177. Today it says 175. So, hey.
Oh,
I don't know if that's just how I've been eating and stuff, but
Mhm.
I'll take those 2 pounds.
Yes.
Right. And my son will be here tomorrow, hopefully. If, God sees fit, he'll be here. He let me know that he was engaged. So, that's exciting.
That is.
Yep. I hope nothing but the best for them.
Congratulations.
So thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
So I wish the best for them, and I'll see them this weekend. Hopefully I'm making them a cake. I can't eat it, but I'm making one for them.
How come you can't eat? Oh, because you're trying to lose the weight?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I like how you beat me on that first little competition.
Did you
see
It's all
my
about
response?
movement. No, what was your response?
I said it won't happen again.
You were like, I'm coming for you.
Oh yeah. Like I had took like 1 or 2 days off just because I wasn't feeling good. But you were still in the lead regardless. So yeah, you kicked my butt.
I didn't even know how I calculated that first day. I mean, I know the day before I walked like 4 miles.
Yeah.
So I was like, did they count that? And I was like, I don't know.
And then like some days, like one day I know I left it at home, and like the first half of my morning, I didn't have it on, so it didn't count a lot of my stuff. And then I try to remember as soon as I get out of the bed, put it on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And make sure, like, one thing I noticed, your phone will still track you, like your steps and stuff. So if you make sure if you forget your watch, have your phone like on your physical person, because it'll count your steps still.
Yeah. Did you do anything this week?
Work. Did work this week.
Okay.
But I'm, this weekend I'm going to Houston and I'm going to take my son out there. We're going to have some fun with the Space Center and the boardwalk. So having a good time.
Okay. All right. That sounds fun.
Kiddos.
Yeah. Space Center is always fun.
Right.
Yeah. And then I like how you try to do my baby. You put her on a post on TikTok talking about she's a devil or whatever. She is a sweet angel.
No, she's a monster.
She is not a monster. She's an angel. Don't be doing her. No, she's not.
I was like, you guys think she's so cute, but she's a monster. I was like, you say she's an angel, but she be pushing it a little bit when we be at your place. Just a little bit.
Hey.
I'm like, she kind of show her true colors, but not all the way.
Man.
You should see her at the house. She's always yelling.
I don't know what was happening with my phone just there. It just kept talking about join a network, and it's on a network. Whatever.
You like my network.
Crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the topic today. We'll actually be talking about 2 different topics, but they're the same topic. So first we'll be talking about self-sabotage. And then, well, not first, but we'll be talking about self-sabotage and also imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Take it away.
All right. So I, was telling you about the imposter syndrome because, we were having conversations
Mm-hmm.
of like where we should be in our lives and if we're there yet or if we're not, and
Yeah.
I should be further. And I've had that feeling like at jobs sometimes where it's like, I don't even know if I'm the right person for this job, but they hired me.
Yes.
So I'm assuming I'm actually for this job, and
Mm-hmm.
they say like imposter syndrome is like a psychological pattern in which individuals doubt their accomplishments
Mm-hmm.
and have a persistent and often internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud.
Yeah.
So despite, external evidence of their, competition or completion or their competence, they're still experiencing like the imposter syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
and they remain convinced that they don't deserve the success that they've achieved,
Yeah.
maybe thinking that it's luck or good timing, or it just might be deceiving others into thinking that they're more intellectual and intelligent
Mm-hmm.
than they actually are. So this could really happen to anyone, any status, any background, work skill level, like degree, like it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
And I've had it before. Like I've had it in, like I said, the workplace setting, and you can be successful and you can have a professional outlook, but maybe feel like you're only receiving positive feedback, but it's not truly like a compliment. Like maybe they're just like, oh, you do so well. And you're like, am I doing well? Am
Yeah.
I doing good? When you're sometimes people who are in leadership roles,
Mm-hmm.
they have problems like feeling like they deserve being that lead. Like, can I really do this? And are people going to be able to look up to me? And even like people who are in like social media, same thing with them too. Like, they may feel like, am I as popular as everyone deems me to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
get
know?
that. I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
I have the imposter syndrome also,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to the acting roles and um, am I really good enough to do this? Am I the right person for this role? I believe that somebody else would do a better job. When I get the role, I could have done so much better. So yeah, I definitely understand and get that. Yeah, and it's hard.
Right, exactly. It is hard, especially when you're like, you already put yourself in that position to be
Mhm.
seen, and you felt like when you took that initiative you were worth it.
Yes.
So then why, now that you have it, why don't you feel like you're worthy anymore?
Hmm. Yeah. And
So
it's, I don't know, it's like you're taking the classes and done everything that you're supposed to be where you are, but once you get there or on your way, it's like, man, do I really deserve this? Like, can I
mhm.
do the job? Am I the right fit for this? Is just all kind of thoughts like go through your head. So yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and dive into the other topic we were talking about, and that topic hits close to home to many of us, especially me, and that's self-sabotage. It's that sneaky thing we do that holds us back from our own success. And I know I have an issue with that. I have had auditions that I needed to do, and I still haven't done it. And that's been like maybe a week or so ago. So I know I really struggle with self sabotage. So, do you know what really triggers self sabotage?
People mess up their own progress for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it's in the stuff from their childhood or baggage from past relationships. I mean, other times it's just the feeling of not being good enough,
Absolutely. It's like this. defense mechanism we use when life gets tough or those old scars start acting up. But instead of helping us, it often just keeps us back.
Right. And I mean, exactly. There are many different ways people do it, and they sometimes do it sneakily.
Hmm.
Like, take someone trying to lose weight. They
Yeah.
might know they shouldn't eat the whole tub of ice cream, but they still
Hmm.
do it anyways, you know?
Right, right, right. And there are those who are even sneakier, missing deadlines at work because deep down they scared of falling short.
Yeah, let's not forget the self-worth struggle. I mean, when you got like a bad self-esteem, you end up providing those negative thoughts, and
Hmm.
especially when success is within like your reach.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough out there. Therapists see it all, like procrastination, perfectionism, self medication. People put things off forever, waiting for that perfect moment that never comes.
Mm-mm-mm. Exactly. Procrastination kills dreams. Instead of waiting around, it's about pushing through that fear, even when it feels scary.
And not sweating the small stuff. Like big goals can feel overwhelming, but like breaking them down into smaller wins can make the difference.
Absolutely. And easing up on that need for perfection.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody that perfect, you know?
Nobody.
So celebrate those wins, no matter how small they seem.
Always celebrate the small wins. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are some wise words. So if you're finding yourself caught up in that self-sabotage loop like me, it might be time to dig deep, find out where it started, and start making those positive changes.
Man, definitely. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. I mean, whether it's talking to a therapist or taking small steps forward, there's always a way to break from the self sabotage and move towards a brighter future.
Exactly. So when you're stuck in that cycle of self-sabotage, navigating your emotions and actions can feel like walking through a minefield.
It definitely can.
Yeah.
Everything is triggered by something deep down and usually rooted with past trauma or stuff that wasn't even dealt with.
And it can lead to some heavy struggles like addiction, binge eating, even those rage moments or self-harm.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, but the good news is there's always, therapies out there
Mhm.
that can really help turn things around, you know?
Exactly. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy can really rewire your thinking. It helps you spot those negative thought patterns and replace them with more positive ones.
Yeah, there's also like I think it's called a dialectical
Dialecto,
dialectal
dialecto. Yeah.
behavior, yeah, therapy, the
Hmm.
DBT, and
Yeah.
it's great for managing intense emotions and learning to better ways to cope through like your situations.
Yeah. And these therapies aren't just about talking, they're about giving you tools to deal with whatever life throws your way.
Yeah, and that support is crucial. I mean, whether you're, going through addiction or finding healthier ways to cope, I mean, just learning to believe in yourself again is all that matters.
Exactly. So if you think you are suffering from self sabotage, you can ask yourself these questions. Is your behavior aligning with your goals? If not, what is stopping you from taking action to make your dreams come true? Is
Hmm.
your behavior aligned with values that you currently believe in? If not, what is stopping you from taking those actions that align these with your values?
Yeah.
Do you feel uneasiness or discomfort with your progress? Is this discomfort based on what others told you that limited your aspirations? Is this discomfort based on a fear of failure and worry about looking foolish?
Hmm.
Is this unease based on a fear of success? Are you concerned about achieving more than you thought possible? If you do better or achieve more, do you believe success is more than you deserve? And for me, it's some of all of that. I don't know. I just sometimes don't feel like I am good enough or I should be the one in this position. And that's why those two roles that I should have auditioned for, I haven't done so, and it's been almost 2 weeks. I
Oh
keep
my
pushing
gosh,
it
you
back and pushing
go.
it back. Yes, I just keep pushing it back. I should have done it when you were here last.
Yeah.
Like that
You
needed to
gotta
be
keep
done
up.
before
You're
then.
the one. You're like, I mean, we both act, but you're the actor. Acting
I
is just like my
know,
side gig. Like,
I know. So it's now that I'm doing more. Like at
hmm
first, I didn't have this. Like when I was just doing background, it's not an issue. Now I'm going for more of the lead roles, the supporting roles. And now I'm like, man, can I do this? And like with Marcus, it's like he has me one where I'm playing twins. Am I able to do that? Am I capable of doing that? And
tap
I
into
keep
the
put
parent trap.
man, I keep pushing it like the reading of it and everything. I just keep putting it to the side because like I just like, am I able to do it? And like I've seen Chris do it, and but Chris is a much better actor than I am. And here, there I go. It's like the self-sabotage, the imposter syndrome, and it's like as I'm talking to you, I'm doing it. So it's like that's why this episode, I was like it hit home because I
hmm
know that I'm what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and like I'm actually supposed to have a class in an hour on self-sabotage, but I think no, I changed it to the first. It's on the first. So it's
Oh.
by this guy named let me find the link. His name is Rodolfo Alvarez, and it's the method to create a successful coaching program is the name of it. But it's a master class, and it's for women to try to help them with self-sabotage. They have one on the 15th, and that's for overcoming imposter syndrome.
Okay.
But this one that I signed up for is overcoming self-sabotage. So there are master
Mm.
classes out there for these specific reasons. And
Well,
I've
that's good.
yeah, but I've already missed 3 of them.
Procrastination.
Like I signed up for them and I still didn't do them. It's just like trying to actually take the steps to do it and make yourself better. It's really hard. Like we can talk
Yeah.
about this all day, but you got to put the effort in and you have to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this episode too, because I'm struggling bad.
Yeah.
And I wanted other people to know that it's not just them. There are other people out there that go through this. And seeing myself on the movies that we did with Marcus, like, man, I could have did better. But
Yeah.
it's
I could
just
have
stuff
done way
like
better,
that.
but you were better than me. I was just like,
No, we both were good. I mean, so it's like the doubting and the saying what we could have done better. We did an amazing job.
right.
Yeah. So yeah. And that concludes our self sabotage and our imposter syndrome segment. We dived into a lot of topics. I gave y'all some questions. So if you think you're dealing with that, you can tell, hey, this is what I'm going through. And remember that you're not alone. You can take action and do what you got to do. So,
Right.
thanks for listening. Stay tuned to our next segment.
Thank you.
And this is Music with Lady Roscoe, where we talk about current, past, and present music, entertainment, just for the best ears.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to talk about things in the entertainment and Hollywood right now. So Hollywood is mourning the loss of a legendary actor, Donald Sutherland.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away at 88. Some people may have known him as far back in the show MASH when he was younger. He
Yeah.
also was in the Hunger Games too.
Mm-hmm.
And his death had prompted a lot of heartfelt tribute from colleagues and fans alike. I actually saw his son's post on Instagram. I didn't even know it was his dad. Like the thing is, I don't pay attention to who's related to who. So his son had made a post, and that's when he announced that his father had passed away. And it's sad when someone loses a parent.
That's true. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, that's sad. Kevin Costner has confirmed that he will not be returning to the hit series Yellowstone.
I saw
Uh,
that.
Yeah, this announcement was a surprise to many fans,
Mm-hmm.
hoping to see him continue his role in the popular show. So I know a lot of people really liked that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually haven't really gotten into it myself, but maybe in the future I'll pound out the seasons or something.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk a little bit about Stormy Daniels. So you guys know Stormy Daniels is the one who said that she had an affair with Trump.
Yeah,
Yes.
nasty.
And she just testified recently. So Stormy Daniels has ventured into the stand-up comedy field.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's debuting her act in New Orleans. Yeah, booty. And the performance was well received, apparently. And Daniel used the platform to share her experience and joke about her life. So we can only imagine she's probably doing some Trump jokes too.
Boy.
So I figured that'll be a little something. Also, we want to talk about Khloe Kardashian on dating and marriage. So I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Okay, because in Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I just watched it yesterday, the latest episode. Okay. And she was talking about she's not ready to date. She's not ready to have to share the bed. She's not ready to give up her own personal time and have to bring somebody else in, is because people are selfish. Like everything that she's went through, she's enjoying being by herself. And then Tristan just left and went somewhere else to play basketball. So she's enjoying not being smothered and stuff like that. So
I think that's probably what it is, because I watched the show too, and I know that Tristan was living with her because he was having issues with his home, and he's been taking care of his disabled brother.
He just got in his house. He has his own house. It's not far from her though. It's crazy. He's he needs to move on. He needs to move on. Like if he hadn't messed up, then he would still be with her. But we're not going to get into that right now.
Yeah, we'll have a different day for that. We'll have a good discussion on that day. We'll think of a good topic.
Yes.
So we've got Emily Miller. So she's known from Too Hot to Handle. She welcomed her first baby boy with her partner, Cam Holmes. So the couple shared, their joy and excitement online to a bunch of their fans. So, a lot of people have been giving them kudos for, the birth of their new baby.
Okay. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Miss Emily Miller.
Right. Congratulations. And that's all I have for some hot topics for today in the entertainment section. And I appreciate you, listening.
Right, so we've brought in this new segment, and it's, this trivia games between me and Lady Roscoe. So today I'm giving you Juneteenth trivia questions. Juneteenth just passed a few days ago. By the time this come out, it'll be about a week. We did celebrate Juneteenth together. So hopefully you will get these questions correct, especially seeing how they did give us a flyer. Not saying that that's where these questions came from, but just know you should know these.
I hope so. Don't revoke my black card.
Now, also just to let y'all know, so far I have 1 point. She ain't on the board yet, So it is 15 questions.
Okay, here we go.
And then next round is me, and we'll see who gets it. All right, question 1. What year did Juneteenth originate?
You mean like when they were free, or when it was a holiday?
When did Juneteenth originate? When did it start? Hint, it was in the 19th century. Like, when did it start? I guess officially when it was free, yeah. What year?
It was not the 1800s?
You tell me. I can't help you.
I don't know. This is a bad one. 1912.
No. 1865.
You said it started in the
19th century.
I'm not good at this.
We're in what, 21st century already? Yeah.
I think so.
All right, question 2.
Okay.
On what date does Juneteenth occur?
June 19th.
Correct. All right. 1 point. Question 3. Juneteenth commemorates the emancipation of enslaved African Americans in which U.S. state?
Mississippi.
It's known for its historical significance related to slavery.
Virginia?
Bitch, you live in a state.
Texas? Slavery was everywhere. I don't know.
Juneteenth commemorates the emancipation of the slave people in Texas. Like, that's when they found out, yeah. You know, they were supposedly 2 years after everybody else.
I knew people didn't find out, in the South.
Question 4. Who issued the Emancipation Proclamation that eventually led to Juneteenth celebrations?
Abraham Lincoln.
All right, 2 questions you got.
Everyone learned that in 5th grade.
So, okay. And we go into Around the World and Back, I got something to go back on that. So we'll talk about that too. All right, question 5. What's the name of the Union general who arrived in Galveston to announce the end of slavery? I'm going to give you a hint. His initials are GG. I wouldn't know this either, so.
George Jefferson. George.
No, ma'am. That's a J. That's a J.
George.
No, General Gordon Granger. I don't know him either, so it's okay.
I'll give you some hard questions next time.
I'm sorry. Hey. Question 6. Which former Confederate state was the last to officially recognize Juneteenth as a state holiday?
Was it Texas? I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like this is the same as the last question.
So we got 1, 2, 3 questions. Okay. Question 7. In addition to Texas, what other states have officially recognized Juneteenth as a state holiday? Hint. There are currently 50 states in the U.S. It's only 2. In addition to Texas, which other states have officially recognized Juneteenth as a state holiday? It's only 2 as of 2024.
I'm so confused. See, I don't know.
So it's Virginia and New York. So Texas, Virginia, and New York.
I'm so confused what's going on because didn't Biden make it a holiday a few years back? This is so confusing.
I didn't come up with these questions. All right.
I'm not going to get any of these answers.
Yes, you will.
No.
Question 8. Yes, you will. Question 8. Juneteenth celebrations often include what traditional food symbolizing resilience and survival?
Black eyed peas? I was I'm not about to say some racist stuff.
It's a type of food often associated with picnics and gatherings. So, this is a specific color food. I'm giving you more than hints because this is kind of crazy. But it says red foods. And you can give me some examples of red foods then.
Red beans and rice?
That's 1.
Red Kool-Aid?
It says strawberry soda.
Oh, Jesus. So racist.
And red velvet cake. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question
9. Which civil rights leader played a significant role in popularizing Juneteenth celebrations in the 1960s? He was known for advocating nonviolent resistance.
Martin Luther King?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Question 10.
You said nonviolent. That's the only nonviolent black man I knew back then.
Right. Question 10. What other name is Juneteenth commonly known as? It's a combination of 2 words. So what are we celebrating?
Black freedom?
And
Slavery, freedom?
Well, freedom is one word, but the last word would be day. I couldn't think of anything, so I'll give you
Freedom
that still.
Day. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Question 11. The name Juneteenth is a blend of which two calendar months? It's not really a month, but I'm gonna redo this question because that's not right. The name Juneteenth is a blend of which two words?
June and something, because they didn't know what day.
What teenth?
17th, 19th. Don't know.
Oh, girl, you 19th, yeah, Juneteenth.
They don't even really know what day it really
it's
was.
The 19th. That's what day they celebrated. So June 19th.
See, but I thought it was a trick question on what. I was like, I don't know. Girl, I told you I'm not going to get these answers. Like, you trying to tell me I am. I'm not.
I mean, hey. Question 12. Which community often hosts large Juneteenth celebrations featuring parades and cultural events? It's the 4th largest city in the United States.
You said community, so I was going to say black, but now you're saying it's the city.
Which community often hosts large Juneteenth celebrations? Now, you have to remember also that mostly Texas celebrates Juneteenth.
Then it might be Dallas or Houston.
You have to give me an answer.
Remember,
it's the
Dallas.
4th largest city in the United States.
Okay, so I don't know, because Texas, the 5 of Texas cities are in the top 10. I don't know. Is it Houston?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say they are the fact that there's like 3 cities in Texas alone that are in the top 10. I was like, oh god. San Antonio's up there too.
You only have 3 more questions. All
Thank God.
What type of music is commonly associated with Juneteenth celebrations?
I don't know, hip hop and
It originated
African
among
music.
African Americans in the southern United States.
Southern Soul.
No.
Trail ride music.
Like
African
imagine
beats,
back
Afro
then.
beats.
Imagine back then we didn't have
Slave
Afro beats.
hymns?
We didn't have what's another word for slave hymns, so to speak.
Gospel?
Yes.
So messed up.
Question 14. Which prominent African American historical figure referred to Juneteenth as America's Second Independence Day? He was a scholar, an activist, and a leader in the early 20th century. His first name has 3 letters. It's like blank, 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 and his last name. I'm giving you way more hints, not sure.
It sounds like this person's dead.
I'm sure he is here. I think so. Yeah, he's dead. And we learned about him in school.
Right. The only person I'm thinking about is his first name is not 3 letters, so.
Matter of fact, his first name is 3 letters.
Abe.
No, his first name is 3 letters. W.E. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah, the guy with the hair. I'm not going to remember his name.
And last question. No, I know you're going to get these. And if you don't, just take a look behind my head. Juneteenth celebrations often include what symbolic colors? They represent specific aspects of African American history and culture.
Is it green, black, and yellow? And red?
Red, black, and green. This one.
I'm all saying Jamaica colors. They're
red, black, and green.
Got it.
All right, so let's see. How many did you get right?
3.
I stopped counting.
Because I was
4.
all wrong. Okay, close.
So I'll give you 4. Let's see. Let me write that down. So she scored for today.
I'm going hard on this butt of yours next time.
Hey, it was Juneteenth questions. I mean, I figured you would get these. They were, so easy. Besides,
you should have went back with like the old school Black History Month shit, like when we were kids. Like,
hey, I didn't write these.
So, she said Juneteenth. First off, this is just a new holiday. Okay, we're gonna have to wait another 100 years before someone memorized this stuff. I was like, oh,
that's
Lord.
Not true. Oh, but yes, this concludes our trivia game. And again, she got 4 out of 15. And so next week, it'll be my turn. She'll come up with some questions for me, and then we'll see who gets that point.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Confessions of the Heart with Yoko Camille. So today's story is entitled, I Pushed My Mother During an Argument, and Now I Regret It Deeply. So, a little backstory here. I was preparing for college entrance exams for the past 2 years and wasn't as serious about it as my classmates right now. I got admission into a reputable college, and it's well known, so that much not so much a problem. The problem is that my mom used to pester me a lot regarding my studies, which I understand. But just at the start of 2024, I got into contact with one of my old friends once more. And he too was coincidentally studying for the same exams, so I told my mother about this. And she and his mom got in touch. This guy had been preparing for these exams for quite some time, while I only got serious about recently. And my mother loved to compare us both, every fucking waking moment. She used to taunt me so much that it led to so many arguments. She taunted me and humiliated me by saying that shit in front of my physics teachers, my math teachers, but she was smart enough not to talk about him in front of my father. I used to scream to tell her to leave me alone, trying to make her understand, but it didn't work. And that guy is a complete douchebag in real life. I told my mother about this. She wanted me to hang out with him despite me telling her so many times how arrogant and annoying he is, but she didn't listen. And I lashed out extremely bad. And that was on Friday. Our fight was so bad and so much shouting was involved that my throat hurt and her stomach started aching the next day, which she later blamed me for. Then today on Monday, I wanted to talk to her about college I had gotten, and she dismissed it. Another thing about her is that she's very disrespectful and never acknowledges it. She talks to me like trash, calls me like I'm some servant from across the house when she has work that needs to be done. She will curse at me when she gets angry, but when I reach my breaking point, I'm a bad son who doesn't know how to talk to his mother. She never accepts her fault, so today we got into the same argument after she again was acting dismissive of my college course with which I will be going out of the city in a month for 5 years. She just seems so indifferent, not even a single compliment or anything, just picking at my previous mistakes and taunting me all the same when I go to college. I told her to leave multiple times. I was on the verge of crying and threw a pillow at her at this point. She just brushed it off and continued. It all became too much to bear. And I pushed her and she fell on the floor. I regret it so damn much. And she was looking at me like I'm some monster. She started crying and telling me what kind of son am I to do this. She said to me she wants nothing to do with me and that she wished she would never have given birth to me. She said she didn't want to hear my disgusting voice when I try to justify myself. Keep in mind that this is after I got accepted into a good college and a good course in AI. She has never been appreciative of a single thing, and frankly, I feel like a monster. I want to commit suicide. I feel like dying, and I feel like trash. I'm afraid I'll do this and lash out in the same way when I get a girlfriend or a wife and be tagged as an abuser. I have a past of being bullied, and I really can't handle being put down like someone pathetic. I feel so bad thinking about it. I never once put my hands on her, and this was the first time I did it in anger. I am not proud of it. Wow. What a confession. I mean, I get it. I get it. Sometimes parents can be overbearing. Sometimes they feel like they always know what's best. But that's not always the case. And I do not want you to hurt yourself in any kind of way. It's not that serious. She'll get over it. Um, sh- Once you tell someone to stop, to leave, and they keep going, you have a right to defend yourself in whatever way sees fit. I understand she's your mother, but not all the time are parents right. I've gotten into it with my mother a few times. We've talked about this. So like I totally get it. And my mom's not a bad person at all. She the only time we got into it was I don't know what was going through her head. I don't know what made her feel the way she did at that time. But I remember she called me a hoe. I ain't never been no hoe. I ain't never been a hoe. Yeah, girl. Like, if I am a hoe, I learned it from you. That's what I said. That's what I said. And
I
she
love it.
wouldn't either.
I love it. No,
And she wasn't either. So that's my thing.
Mm.
So it's like, if you're going to be disrespectful to me, I'm going to be disrespectful to you. So it's not
Yeah.
always are they right. So you get to defend yourself in
Yes.
however way you need to see fit. And I mean,
Right.
he pushed his mom. I lashed back when she said what she said. I said what I said. Neither one of us was right, the mother or the daughter, his mama
Right.
or him. But
Yeah. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of trauma going on here, like with the mom and the way that she treats him. I'm not negating the fact that, it's not good that he pushed her, but she seems like she eggs him on. And then like when I thought about him pushing her, it was like, it reminded me of something dramatic. And then it reminds me of her like, like falling
Right.
to the floor.
You monster. I can't believe you.
I
wish
don't
I
know.
never gave birth to you.
Yeah, like for her to say that, like those few things so quickly, it already, because like hearing the stuff that he's saying and he's feeling the way that he's feeling, worthless and all this other stuff, it's like Stockholm syndrome. Like there's something
Especially when it
deeper
comes
going
to
on.
school, not everybody is the same. Not everybody is capable of learning the same pace as everyone else. I know I didn't get serious until my 12th grade year. Excuse me. I made all A's basically my 12th grade year. But before then, I wasn't worried about school. And then they was like, oh, this, and this, and this. Oh, okay, let me go ahead. Like, I've always made the honor roll and stuff, but like in high school, it just got to the point where I said, forget it. I'm not really worried about doing that honor roll stuff. You get more friends, more popular, sports, all this other stuff. And so I just wasn't just really set on maintaining honor roll all the time. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. I'm getting good grades, but no. But when 12th grade came, I was taking harder classes and made A's. Taking trig, I made an A. I made a D or F in geometry. But I made an A in trig. And that's because I stopped going. I didn't go to class. I would skip.
Me too. Like, it wasn't that like I was dumb. I didn't really care for school growing up. I went to college for like a couple years, but I did drop out. But even in high school, like there was a teacher I didn't like in my science class. I used to skip his class. Like I went to all my other classes and I would skip his.
It was a boy. That's why I was skipping.
Oh, you were skipping for a boy. See, I didn't like my teacher. We used to go. I was the kid who used to kind of go back and forth with the teacher if I felt like the comment was dumb, and like I really don't. But like it takes a person to irk me. So I don't want to put his name out there because he's got kids and the kids went to my school too. We were like, but he had a scientific method that he named after his own last name, right?
Oh, Lord.
And I'm like, the math doesn't make sense. And he's like, but if you use such and such method, I was like, why are you naming this method after yourself that doesn't exist? Like, and all the other kids are like, why is she doing this? So then I was like,
sometimes you have to stand up to your teachers too, because they don't always know what they're talking about either. So, I mean, but yeah, this boy was out of school and my fast self was going with a friend and she was skipping. So I just started skipping. Yeah, trying to get some booty.
That's funny.
Being fast.
I mean, I used to skip, not for booty, but just I would go get like lunch from like Burger King, Chick-fil-A. And
I mean, it wasn't initially supposed to be just go and get booty. I was just skipping the skip, and then the booty just got.
Jumpity jump that booty. Jumpity jump that booty.
But yeah, so I get it. I get it, sir. I totally get it. Yep. So that concludes our confessions of the heart with Yoko Camille.
Ooh.
Yo, what's up, everybody? And welcome back to Around the World and Back, the segment of our podcast where we talk about the latest current events happening around the world. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn something new.
So welcome to Around the World and Back. So today I want to talk about, we were talking about Juneteenth and things like this, and we were talking about Abraham Lincoln. And when we were freed, we were promised 40 acres and a mule. Well, the thing was, some people, about 1,250 people that they could find, was actually sought out, and they picked their plots of land. They had this land for about a year. They formed governments. They had officials. They were having crops. They were selling them in Savannah, Georgia, and Savannah, doing all of this. Then all of a sudden, Abraham Lincoln got assassinated, and these people, like I said, only had their land for a year. So once he got killed, their land got took from them. Like, some people had 40 acres, some people had up to 40 acres. But everything they did, their government, everything that they had started building was taken. And at the time, Vice President Andrew Johnson, unknowing to most people, white supremacists, he was like, I'm not with it. I'm with these other people who had this land before. I'm going to veto this, and I'm going to give them their land back. So they took it, and we never got what we were supposed to because of Andrew Johnson. They were on the way of doing it, but if Abraham Lincoln hadn't gotten assassinated, it would have probably kept going. We would have got some of the things that we were supposed to get. But because of them like yanking it back, they weren't able to give it to us. So they found like land on the coast that's supposed to be ours. And this is like a documentary that's on PBS. It was on NewsHour. And it's called, the lady was talking about her documentary is called 40 Acres and a Lie. Because today, if we were to have like the property and everything where they have, 40 acres will be worth $2.5 million.
Yeah, that is
where
a lot of land.
The land is sitting at now, those people that's how much it would be worth to them. And we lost all of that. And everybody else who was supposed to be getting stuff passed on never got it. And the land where it's at now is just like coastal, the people with the big, nice plantation houses and all that. Those were houses that were taken from the other people. All of that land belongs to other people. It's gated communities now, golf courses, restaurants, incredibly valued land, and it's all gone. So I want to, if you have a minute, I would look that up. It's called 40 Acres and a Lie. On there, she gives way more detail about what was going on.
That reminds me of an episode of Family Reunion that was on Netflix, and I think it was in the last season. They were talking about the kids had stumbled across like a deed or something, and was talking about how there was a family who had a sick child, and they told the doctor, we had no money, but we can give you this house, and this house will be yours. So the person went and lived in the house. The black person was old, and so they were living in their home for a while, and then out of nowhere, some people from, like, I don't know if the city or some relative was like, this is our house, some white people, and they kicked them out of the house, and then come all the way to where we are today, current day. They're like, that's our property, that's our land, and they were able to redeem it back because it's a show. But it talked about how Black people had land given to them, either just willed to them or provided to them, and like other people, white people, would come in and be like, this is not a void contract, and this is my property.
And then so we were talking about slavery and stuff. I saw this TikTok video where this white guy was out. I don't know what he was doing exactly, but he found a slave tag. And the thing that got me, he was like, oh, this, it's an interesting find or whatever. He said something and he chuckled. And then he gave an amount of how much it will be worth. For one, what's funny about finding an old slave tag? Nothing's funny about that. Two, why are you calculating the value of what it should be? You're going to keep it instead of giving it to a museum or something like that. You're going to profit off of us still today.
Yeah.
Instead of giving it to a museum, you're gonna find some way to sell it, to make some money off of it. And it was like for slave number 32. Or slave number 32 is what it said. And it had a picture, he held it up once it was cleaned off and everything. And that's fascinating and upsetting all in one, just because, he did find a slave tag after all these years, and the things that they find that we will never know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just brings back so many haunting and horrific things. Like, I couldn't imagine, being a slave, like, at all. Like, I would want to go to a plantation, but I also feel like I'm an empath, so that I would feel all that and it would drain me. It would hurt me, like, so bad.
Yeah.
The second topic that I wanted to talk about is this Young Thug trial. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, but it's becoming ridiculous. The Young Thug's attorney and one of the other attorneys and the prosecution and one of the defense attorneys have put in a motion for the judge to recuse himself. Because I think last time I told you about, there was a secret meeting that was held. And so in that meeting, apparently they was making like a whole bunch of like shady deals.
Right.
And the one witness was like, she was an attorney, and she like, I'm recusing myself because I don't want to be a part of this. Like, there is no way I'm just to be caught up in any of this. Is not coming back on me. So now she's trying to make the judge recuse himself. And she's also like, well, since this, I'm going to snitch and tell everything. And she just started naming like the stuff that was going on.
Right.
And I thought that was crazy, because Woody, who is the witness, they tried to tell him that they was going to make him sit in there through all 28 trials, because he kept saying that he wasn't going to testify. Right. So they finally told him that if I give you immunity, will you testify? He was like, yeah. He was like, I'll go up there, but I'm not going to tell the truth. So he told them that he was going to lie. And they was like, okay, that's fine. So he gets up on stand, and you see what he's been doing. He blatantly told them everything that happened in 2015, what I told those lawyers, I lied about. I wasn't telling the truth then. I did or said anything that I could to get them from putting me in jail, to get them off my back.
Right.
And this is your main witness. This is your main witness. If he lied, you have no case.
Right.
And then the judge said he's not going to recuse himself. He said he read through everything and he's not going to do it. I don't feel like the judge should have that power to say if he's going to recuse himself or not. I feel like someone else should be over that decision. They said, I need him recused. Oh, let me look at this. He's not doing what he's supposed to. Judge, you need to recuse yourself instead of it being the judge's decision. He
This
was
has
in there
been
doing
a
the
hot
shady
mess.
stuff.
This has been one hot mess after another. Like,
It's day 90 something.
and I'm not trying to be shady because it's a side note, but like, so his girl, I actually listened to her. Her name is Mariah the Scientist. Did you hear? Like, they had leaked audio of like, so when she went to go visit him, like
Oh, a long time ago?
yeah, they had played the
Yeah.
audio clip to be messy, and I was like,
Yeah.
I like her, but I didn't need to hear all that.
Girl, yeah, this trial is a mess. And then they be playing his songs in there, and he be jamming and stuff, trying not to. Like, man, it's crazy. I wanted to talk about craziness. Do you know Doubling Down with the Derricos?
No, it sounds like a TV show.
It actually is. It's,
Okay.
I guess they were famous off of YouTube. I haven't never watched them. This caught my attention because they have 14 kids.
Together?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. They're getting a divorce. How do you get divorced after 14 kids?
How do you
You ain't leaving
a
me.
woman's womb with that much? It's like the Duggars.
Like, no, you're not leaving me. We're gonna be together forever. Like, and then they're splitting the kids, except for the older ones who who are adults. But he's gonna pay like $1,200 on child support, and she's gonna pay all the medical expenses.
I always wonder how that worked. If they split kids, how does payments work? And
yeah, it's crazy. But is that enough? Is that like each child?
Look, because
you got you splitting the kids, so I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I've never gotten child support. I don't know how it works.
I mean, technically, I haven't, but have because work out payment arrangements, I guess you can say, per se. But
I mean, he's giving me money, but like as far as getting
child support, you know
child
what I mean?
support,
Yeah,
no.
I know what you mean.
So yeah, you could not leave me with 14 kids. You done messed up my stuff. Whatever problems we had, we're gonna have to figure this out. Who's gonna want somebody who has 14 kids?
Wait, and it's funny you said that because I was just watching some stuff about Kiki Wyatt. She's on baby number 11. She just had her last husband, but guess what? She just got a new boyfriend.
Yeah, like
so they say like everybody was making jokes saying it's hard to find a man out here, but Kiki Wyatt keep a man and she got 11 kids.
Like,
so
it's
possible. Yo,
what's in her coochie? Gold, girl, cause that gold. We talk about kids and stuff, and this is like so totally left, but. I was watching before we started. I was watching Miranda and Raven's podcast. They had Miss Pat on there, and so they have this little section. I do too. That's the only reason I watch it. I don't listen to Miranda or Raven. Raven Simone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they have this little segment called Tea Time, and they had a little teapot, and they have like different subjects in a teapot, and they had her pull one out. And the subject she pulled out was masturbation. She was like, this is ungodly. She doesn't do that. She was like, she has never masturbated. She was like, yeah, she was like, she finds that utterly disgusting. She was like, she's 50-something years old and has never did it, even when she went to jail.
I mean, some people are raised like that, and especially if they're taught.
She sold crack. That wasn't how she was raised. She just don't like it.
She was like, she sold crack. I do remember her making those jokes and stuff. I know that she was telling the truth.
She spent a year in jail because of that. She was like, because her niece didn't hide the dope good.
Yeah, you're like, I was like, she sold crack.
Yeah, so that has nothing to do with nothing. No, she just thinks it's nasty, it's dirty. Like she was like, she I guess masturbate a man, but yeah, she ain't doing it to herself.
I mean, to each his own, you know. If you don't
Right.
want to rub one off, you don't have to. It's not.
No, you
You
don't.
can just hop on a peen, I guess. You know.
You can do that too. You got to be in the mood, but you can do that too.
Right. So.
Yeah, I got to finish taking my pills. This pain has not, like, TMI. This pain has not even been having me in the mood, man. That's like sucks.
That's okay. I felt that way at the end of my pregnancy. I was like, ugh.
Man, no, I was horny as hell on when I was pregnant with my son, man.
I was like that with my son too. My daughter, this pregnancy was just like, I'm ready to be done.
Yeah.
Too old to have babies.
All right, and the last thing I want to talk about is, did you see the concert that Kendrick pop out with Ken and friends?
They not like us. They not like us. I heard they did it like 5 times or something. Or
yes,
like...
6 times. Like that, them leaving was the 6th time. Like he didn't.
Oh, when they were leaving out.
Mm-hmm. So he had a whole bunch of other guests, you know, on there, and then he came out, and the set before him was Dr. Dre or whatever, and so when Dre was getting ready to leave off, he was like, "You ain't gonna say nothing to the people," and you know how he began of it. I see dead people. So that's what Dre did, shh, I see dead people. And then it came out or whatever. So, but the audience was engaged every song. They was like, at one point, he didn't have like a backtrack playing. His audience was his backtrack.
That's a true fans.
They mics was on. They knew the words. Was it the braids? They hit that note. Was it A minor? They hit that. Minor. They did their thing. And what was so monumental is that he brought every set, that was there on the stage. Bloods, Crips, different Bloods, he brought them all together. And, they took pictures, they unified, it was.
And that's what it was meant to be about. That's what they were saying. They were just trying to bring everybody together. It's not like, to keep bashing Drake. It's the shit's lit. I actually saw it on TikTok. Everybody was going crazy.
Yeah, right. Good. Me too. Because I didn't even know about it. Otherwise, I would have watched it. It was free on Prime. But it happened in LA. And I saw something that Academics posted. Now, Academics posted, so I don't know how true it is. Supposedly, Kendrick refunded, if you were out of state or out of somewhere, he refunded their money so that people who were in LA could come to the show, because it was supposed to be specifically, I guess, an LA show for people in LA, bringing them together or whatever. So
they canceled their tickets and gave their money back? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And this one person on the comment was like, they got refunded, and they got refunded for more than what they paid. So if he did that,
they must have not bought their tickets through Ticketmaster.
I don't know. Or maybe he, just gave them a little extra, for canceling their tickets or whatever. I don't know. Even if it's true. But I thought that it was an amazing show.
That's good. That sounds good. Yeah, I liked what I saw. So
me too. We watched his part on YouTube yesterday when my boyfriend came home, and I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah,
watching Westbrook up there trying to pretend like he not a whole crip, trying not to throw up no six so he don't get in no trouble.
Yeah.
But it was good. I liked how, again, he brought everybody together. It was a Juneteenth celebration. And I think that's what made it even better. You're talking about us being slaves. You making fun of all that in your song. And so he just hit you with a pop out on, sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas. And that's what he did. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, anything you want to tell the people before we go?
I appreciate every time someone listens and, peeps our show, shares it, and, keeps just being there for us, because we're going to keep coming. So you just keep watching.
Very true. We're trying to hit y'all with the video and audio. You don't just get to hear us no more. You get to hear us and see us. So, you can check us out again on Facebook, You can check us out on Instagram. We got TikTok, YouTube. We also have a production company that we're starting. You know, we've been talking about these skits that we're doing. And so it's AY Productions.
Right.
AY Visions product. Yeah. So hadn't
Yeah.
talked about it out loud to them.
Yeah.
But we got that. So if you're interested in acting, you can hit us up. Now, these won't be paid gigs as of right now because we're just getting started. But, you know, we'll provide snacks and things like that. If you're close to where we are and you need a ride, just hit us up and we'll try to figure something out for you. You can't guarantee. We're supposed to have our own stuff coming out on Amazon Prime. So be on the lookout for that.
Look, we're streaming stars.
Yeah, we are. We really are. Again, I do have my bakery, you know, Babe's Bakery. So if you want one of my Oreo loaded chocolate cakes, you know, hit me up. If you want one of my chocolate Oreo cakes, you know, I have different things. I took my strawberry lemonade cake off the thing, so don't reach out for that one. But I have strawberry Oreo cheesecake bites. Those are amazing. We have a video coming soon of those. Truffles, like just check out Babe's Bakery on Facebook. You'll see it. Their production company is ayvisionproductions@gmail.com. If you want to do acting, reach out to us and, you know, we'll get back to you. And I just want to thank you all for joining us, listening to us talk for an hour or so. Thank you for joining us. Keep tuning in and listening. And have a wonderful day.
Exactly. Bye.
Bye.
Average about it, just get glad that you found it. Tell a friend about it. Know we all about it, so we gon' speak about it. Yoko, Camille, and Lady Roscoe, leave no doubt about it. Scream it out from the mountain. This not your average podcast. You ain't talking about nothing. When they hit the highway, yeah, they talking about something. Better tune in and listen. Get the scoop, they dig it. It's just an open discussion. Now tell me what's your position. You know what it is. Not your average podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yoko, Camille, Lady Roscoe. Y'all tap in. You know what I'm saying?